I want to bring in someone who can give us actual information about whether or not the allegations against Don Lemon make sense or not. And I don't even know that prosecutors even asked to speak with her about it, when who would know better than one of the organizers? Civil rights attorney, ordained minister, Nekima Levy Armstrong. Nekima, thank you for joining me. Again, I got to tell you, I was pleasantly surprised that you said yes tonight. So, attorney to attorney, okay? Was Don Lemon part of your organized effort?
Well, first, let me correct something. You said that the federal government is the most powerful entity on the planet. I beg to differ. God Almighty is the most powerful entity on the planet. That's number one. Number two, we didn't go into the church to do anything illegal. We didn't intend to do anything illegal, nor did we do anything illegal. That's why you don't hear any allegations of violence. You see a very flimsy indictment from the federal government. So, in terms of your question with regard to Don Lemon, he had no
Yes.
idea what was going to happen. So, my first time ever connecting with Don Lemon was on the Friday before this protest. There were a few of us. So, myself, Georgia Fort, and another local organizer who were on his show talking about ICE and their destruction in Minnesota. And we had also attended a congressional hearing that took place in Minnesota involving 28 congressional leaders. And so that was my first introduction to Don. So the next day, Saturday.
Let me just. I just want to get through some simple points of fact here for a second. Just help me out for a second, okay? I asked you if Don Lemon was part of this organization and the effort. You say no. Was Georgia Fort part of the organization or the planning?
No. This is what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay.
I posted a
but
flyer.
I'm just trying to get the answers out there on the record, Nekima.
I understand.
I'm just trying to get the answers just quickly without the exposition.
The backstory is important to help people understand how this unfolded. So on Saturday, I posted a flyer about this action with no details other than show up at the Cub Foods parking lot if you want to participate. So Saturday night, I got a call from Don asking about this protest. And I said, listen, I can't reveal any information about this protest. He said he would be heading into town on Sunday. And I'm like, I have to treat you like everyone else. I cannot reveal any information about it because I don't want it to leak. And so I said, if you want to document what's happening, then show up at the Cub Foods parking lot like everybody else. Right?
Okay.
Same with Georgia.
Okay. Let me ask.
So go ahead.
Let me ask you something else. Nekima. Did Don Lemon believe that you had been invited in by the preacher?
I'm not sure what he believed. He didn't even know we were going. He didn't even know we were going to a church. That's what I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay.
I gave people an address and said, meet us here. And I am not going to tell you where we're going. You just have to meet us at this address. And when we get there, you'll know what the situation is. That was literally the information that I gave people, because that is what Operation Pull Up is about. We don't reveal specific details about the location. So they didn't know they were going to a church. They didn't know the name of the church. That's the bottom line. I knew the church. I knew the name. I knew about David Easterwood, the ICE director, also serving as a pastor there. But he had no idea.
Okay. I stand corrected also. You were right. I don't, I have a tendency to want direct answers, obviously, but your exposition is helpful because there is a clip of tape where Don Lemon says, I'm going to turn off the live feed right now because I don't want to expose their plans. That is a big part of the indictment. The government is using that as proof that Don Lemon knew what you were going to do and was trying to help you do it. Your response?
He had no idea what we were going to do. I am a very tight-lipped person when it comes to my organizing. So no one, not a single person other than my co-organizers had any idea where we were going, what we were going to do. They didn't even know what was going to happen once we got inside the location. I waited for God. And once I heard the pastor's prayer, then I knew to get up, walk to the front and ask him a question in response to his prayer, and then bringing in David Easterwood. So even the other protesters did not know when I was going to get up, what I was going to say, who was the focus in terms of David Easterwood. They literally had no idea. That is my hand to God truth. So for this man to be brought in for literally documenting is absurd.
One last thing. Did the authorities ask you to give them any information about Don Lemon or Georgia Fort and their relationship to the protest?
They have not asked me a single question. I have had no interaction with prosecutors.
Very telling.
Other than sitting across from them in the courtroom for my first hearing. So no, they have no idea. That's the foolishness about this whole process.
Nekima, I appreciate this. People want to know the truth. No one would know better than you what Don and Georgia knew going there, what they thought it was about, and what their role or lack thereof was. So thank you very much. You're always welcome here to answer the questions that come up. More will come. Thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.